Fine on the Inside was curated to switch the narrative, to show that it's never too late to shift your mindset, heal your heart, and live the life that you truly desire. Sis, you are magic. You just haven't discovered it yet. But in order to get to the goal, you have to do a little bit of digging, getting through all the hard stuff to allow your true self to shine. Because yes, you are beautiful. But how is your soul really feeling? Are you fine on the inside? Hey y'all, welcome back to Fine on the Inside. It's your girl Jazz, and I am here with my girls Candice and Teairra. Hey y'all.
Hey.
Y'all, Candice, y'all know she has the essential oil. She is the essential oil specialist, and Teairra is a Reiki practitioner, sound healer, and she also is a yoga teacher. So welcome, Teairra. Thank you for coming.
I'm happy to be here.
Y'all, these are really like my girls. I love y'all so much.
Thank you.
Y'all already know y'all seen Candace on a bunch of episodes, but Teairra, like since I met you, your vibe is really like everything. Like you really like speak life into us every time. Like we have anything going on, it's just like you just radiate so much energy. So I'm super grateful for you, and I feel like you definitely have been like a tool, like not even a tool, but just like you really have impacted like my healing journey. So I really am super grateful for you for sure.
Thank you.
Same here.
Thank you, both of you, for, I always say, like, for being a mirror of reflection. I told you, like, your environment, it means a lot. So I'm grateful, and I know I'm on path when I know I'm surrounded by beautiful beings like you.
I love that. Thank you, girl.
Yes.
Yeah, so we gonna, be talking, chopping it up today. I just really wanted to, we all going into the new year. We resetting. We are hopping into our businesses. We are building a momentum for everything we got going on. So I just really want to talk about that. Some tools, we can use to stay focused, stay grounded. We're going to hit road bumps, as we go into our new ventures.
Yep.
So what are like some tools you guys think that we could start with as we are building our momentum and going into the new year with everything?
You looking at me first?
I say you need to be like really be intentional.
Yes, that's important.
Like, sometimes we do things, we just go out and do it, but we don't really understand like what we want to come from that. I just started working out. Like I took my workouts to a different level. And I'm like, darn, like I really was like intermediate with my workout. And now I'm like, okay, what is it why am I working out?
Yeah.
What is it that I want to get from this? So I would say definitely like just set an intention. Like that's where I would start.
Yeah, I feel like with like the stuff that we do, like we're trying to do so much, it's so easy to get like sidetracked. It's so easy to forget things, and we're trying to add so many things. I feel like being intentional, something that I want to do this year is really just make sure I make a list, check that off before I'm trying to add new stuff. Because I'd be like, oh, let me add this. Let me try to do it something else. I'd be like, girl, finish the other stuff first. You wonder why you can't remember nothing. And it's like, all right, let me just finish this. Be intentional and just make sure I'm putting my all into what I'm doing. Because I don't want to half-ass nothing. You know what I mean? I want God to really use me. And it's like if I'm just like running through it, I'm not really giving it the mind power and like the love that it needs. Why am I even doing it? You know what I mean? So it's like I'm tapping auto. Yeah, I feel it, y'all. We all tapping it. Yes,
too. I feel the energy. I'm getting
really
chill.
feel
I feel
it.
like it's like when you really challenge yourself to be self-disciplined. Like you do have to put yourself in a position to where when you land up in the morning, get up, right? What are you doing for you first?
Yeah.
Because it's true. Like, I used to be like that. I used to think it was cliche when it'd be like, oh, how can you love somebody else if you ain't loving yourself? I'm like, yeah, I hear you.
Nah,
I get
That's
real.
facts.
But
yeah.
all in all, I'm starting to see, like, oh, that really is, that is a thing.
Yeah, because like you were saying, like everybody's like a reflection of us. You know what I mean? So it's like, how are we really loving somebody? And then we wonder why, not getting into the whole relationship things, but like why people ain't treating us
No,
right, blah,
that's
blah, blah.
real.
But it's like we not loving ourselves. So it's like, yeah,
No,
that's facts.
it'll reflect back to you. Life will reflect. Like you could look. That's why I like the word. Fine on the inside. Yes, because you can look so beautiful on the inside. I've done that. I've seen and I look. Yeah, on the outside. I've looked at the relationships I've been in, and I'm like, damn, I wasn't loving myself. I could tell by the way I was being treated and how I was treating myself because I was allowing it. You know? I always come with like, you're never a victim. Once you take accountability for putting yourself or keep putting yourself in that situation, because people will show you who they are, and you got to believe them. But I started realizing, I'm like, oh, just because I look pretty, I really was feeling like shit. Like I look beautiful, my nails done, my hair done, and But I was looking for this external like love, but it really started with me. And when I started really digging in, even when I walk outside, like, and the hair ain't done, people are like,
did they grab
like they feel you.
Yeah.
They feel you. And the love you get is authentic and it's like just real like this.
Yeah.
Like it's just that interaction. It's just like I be telling strangers, I love you. I really mean it when I say it. I mean it. You feel it. And like those other energies that aren't on that frequency, it's like they're repelled. Yeah. They can't even like be around it because you vibrating so high. Right. You know what I mean? So I agree with that about, I don't know how we switched to that. From intentional to like,
because it's all a part of it.
Loving thyself.
It's all a part of it.
Putting your heart into the things you do. That is a big part.
Yeah.
If my heart ain't in it, I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know what has happened to me since 2020. I cannot like do it if my heart is not into it.
Yeah.
So that's always a reminder, even through the hard, the difficult times when people telling you can't do it. I got to remember, why am I doing it?
Right.
And it like, we'll talk about that. But yes, put your heart into everything you do.
That thought process is something.
It
crazy.
is.
It'll really, like, if you don't know how to observe your thoughts will have you going back
100%. The mind will be like, no, you can't.
Yeah.
And you tap into that like, no, I ain't listening to you. You got to reprogram it. The body is a machine. The mind is a machine. You have to reprogram it. If you don't, the matrix, whatever you want to call it, the world, the system,
right?
Unplug. That's what I call it. Like, heading into the new year, I suggest unplugging, taking time to tap in. Even we talk about being a parent, like it's no excuses. We have children in your shower. Turn like a few scents. I put some eucalyptus in my shower. I turn on certain medicine music, I call it, and I'm like, and then I'm right there, out there.
Right.
And it don't even matter if you did start your day with a heart, it's rough or you didn't get a moment. It's an opportunity. Every moment, every second is an opportunity to turn around and just take a moment to yourself.
Take those breaths.
Take some deep breaths.
Yes. Like you could do that anywhere. In a car. When you're in that traffic, people say like, take that time
100%.
to do that. Yeah.
I was on the phone the other day with somebody, and he was like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, he was like, "Oh, never mind." I'm like, no. Like I said, no, I'm cool. It's just like sometimes when people ask, I feel like people just ask you if you cool, and the automatic response is to say, "I'm okay."
Yeah.
But in that moment, I felt my nervous system freeze up when that question was, and I noticed, like I was aware,
That's
like
beautiful.
I felt like a little tightness, and I'm like,
that's beautiful.
I'm good. I just realized that I wasn't breathing for a second, so I had to breathe. So that's what you heard. Because a lot of times people take breathing, especially, oh my God, growing up
like
with
a
your
bad
parents,
thing,
let you
like
breathe,
huffing and
puff and
puffing,
puff. Child, you liable to get back smacked.
That's facts.
But breathing is power in the breath, which brings us to that.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
As soon as y'all said that, I was thinking, I'm like, oh, we are so aligned.
It's power in the breath. So, and I know that you honestly, I got my breathing technique from you. I said, I got my tool. I got it right there. So can you talk about like the breath and just how you align that in with meditation and intention?
I feel like, just like you were just saying, first of all, it starts with that awareness. Because a lot of people running around here don't even realize that they tensing up, don't even realize that they angry. They just are. They don't even have the awareness,
Yeah.
So to have that awareness is everything, because then you're able to maneuver and shift. But coming back to that breath, oh my gosh, that changed my life too. I used to get up every single day. I don't do it as often, but it was an every single day thing, and I would do my pranayama, my breath work, And it would literally, I promise you, it's like my life started to become magical. Like you are able to be more aligned with your soul. You can be outside of that body and that mind. Like you can literally operate as your higher self. I feel like it just allows you, I feel like especially on the exhales, when I'm teaching a class, I'm always like, exhale, release anything and everything that no longer serves you.
Yeah.
You know, I always tell people, we have to create space for those blessings and those miracles. How can you have space or when all this stuff is stuck inside of you? And it's really the simple technique of just breathing and letting it go. You know what I mean? Even physically, think about it in your house. If your house is all cluttered, if you keep bringing stuff, eventually you can't pull anything else in. And it's the same thing with the body. And your breath can allow you to release those blockages, release that baggage. And that's what I picture it as whenever I'm releasing that tension, releasing that stress. And literally, like you feel so much better right afterwards. But I could go into a whole story about the breath, but that'll take it into hours.
Yeah, I think we're going to do a little like meditation towards the end of here so people can really get like a feel for, you know, what it is to breathe. And I know I did something a few weeks ago on Facebook. It's like you don't have to be an expert. I feel like, and I know this, whether you believe it or not, we are divinely guided.
Yes.
So I feel like even with those steps, like you'll meet your person.
Yes.
That can be like, just like for me, I'm going to go back to working out. Like I was working out on my own for almost a year now.
Yes.
And I'm like, I've been waiting for a personal trainer, but it just wasn't happening. And finally aligned. But I think you got to take action first.
Yes.
And then everything will come.
Yeah, it's crazy that you said that because you said like, you don't have to be an expert. I feel like that's one thing, like just people going into like their new ventures and everything, like knowing like you do not have to start at being an expert. Like we all started somewhere. We are all literally still working on ourselves. So it's like just starting, having your tribe, finding your tribe, getting places. You might not be comfortable. You might be scared. You might be a beginner. Yeah. You know, you might not have all the tools, all the answers, but just put yourself in these spaces because maybe where you're at right now, that might not be like, you know, the place you're supposed to be, or maybe it's just not aligning, whatever it is. I feel like, you know, not being scared to be a beginner and just, I feel like that's super, like, important for people to know, like, as they're going into the new year, into their new ventures, like, being intentional, and, all that good stuff. So,
Facing that fear, not having that, even if you are scared, fear, false evidence appearing real.
Facts.
Like, it's just the mind. When you face that fear, you get stronger and stronger every time. I can't tell you how many times I've stepped in front of people, especially being a teacher. I never was comfortable talking in front of people. I never looked at myself as being able to stand in front of somebody and leading them in any kind of way. But then I started remembering to look at those people. That's me on that mat.
Yeah.
Talk to yourself. People be like, how can you talk to a camera? Because I'm talking to me.
Right,
I'm talking to my people. I'm talking to my reflections, you know? And then I remember all the people that talked to me and how could I not, and how they made me feel. How could I not want to share that gift with other people? You know what a teacher told me? And first, when you said that, it made me think of that quote, when a student is ready, the teacher appears. Every single time. Every single time. Because that's how it's been for me. I'm doing this internal work, and then literally it's like God will place this specific person or these people in my presence because I'm doing the work. And just because you can't see the work on the outside, like y'all don't realize, even sometimes just waking up and being able to stay calm and shifting the frequency, shifting the energy, taking that moment of taking that deep breath, that's the work. Taking a moment to journal that you know, instead of yelling at somebody, that's the work. A lot of times people think, oh no, my bank account needs to look up and I need to be showing and I'm on posting. No, it's the parts that people not seeing behind closed doors. I be having to talk to myself. I'm like, you did a lot this year. It's a lot that you have accomplished behind closed doors that people have not seen. Those struggles, those challenges that I don't talk about in front of the camera, but I still show up with love, integrity, authenticity, no matter what. You know, so
deserve a spray. That deserves a spray.
Ashe.
Like I said, your energy, it always shows. So, you know, just understanding, like, we are going to go through stuff. And it's like, just to understand the value of these wins don't always have to be monetary. You know what I mean? Like, as we're navigating, it's just like, you really did so much this year. You know what I mean? We got to give ourselves that grace and remember those points because that's what's going to keep us going.
Yes.
And I mean, because sometimes the bank account ain't gonna look right.
No.
You know what I mean?
And you're not going to have the support. The family
Right.
might not, you might not be having nobody, applauding you. It might not look like you being successful or doing the right things on the outside, but trust me, each step, even if it's just one step, is a
it's
step
making
towards.
you fine on the inside.
Exactly.
Exactly. On the inside.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Period.
And if you know about the law of attraction, then those things just start they just start coming to you.
Yeah,
they just you don't even have to work so hard. That's what I be trying to tell people. I'm like, I know that as long as I do this internal work, God told me I'm taken care of. I already know.
Yeah.
And I have been thus far. So I trust. That's another thing. A lot of times you're being tested. Do you trust? Do you trust? Do you have faith?
Right.
Or will you continue to move in the old way you used to be?
That, yeah.
And we slip up,
We do.
Ain't nobody perfect. We human.
Facts.
We human. So give yourself grace and compassion, but do better next time.
Yeah, trusting God is so important.
Oh my gosh.
And it's like we all done been through stuff, and we see how God has shown up for us. You know what I mean? Like there's probably been stuff we thought we wasn't gonna get through, and we done got through it. You know what I mean? So it's just like that's the evidence right there. We gotta keep showing up, and God gonna keep showing up for
Every
us.
time.
Like
All
for
the
sure,
time.
yeah.
Even when we can't show up.
Yes.
Facts.
Even when we feel like we can't show up.
Yeah.
Every time.
Like, it gets real.
Yeah.
I be having to laugh
It
sometimes. I
really
be like,
does.
this shit is wild. Excuse me.
Right?
Right.
Life be lifing. And people think just because you're on the road, this life is perfect. No, y'all don't even understand.
You don't understand.
Life be real.
Shower
Right.
today? Shoot, I'm trying to
Right. Like life.
Let me take another one, even if I did.
I can't.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
I cannot
Girl.
stand you.
I'm just saying, those be thoughts.
No, yeah,
Like, what
no.
you mean? You ain't got proper hygiene? Like, come on.
Candice.
What?
I love you.
No, but I'm really
I
so
love
grateful for you guys because it's crazy. Like, I literally just met y'all this year,
I know, don't
probably
even
like
seem
6
like
months
it.
ago. Like,
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah, and it's just like I feel so comfortable with y'all, and it's like I feel like I could really be myself,
Same.
and I really feel like God literally aligned me with you guys, like, and all the people like we be around. It was like, God, it's like God knew I was ready. And like you said earlier, we gotta like take the steps, and it's all gonna like come to us. And it's like I was taking the steps by myself, what I could do. And now it's like I'm just like everything is really aligned. I'm like, yeah, these are people.
Yeah.
Like I'm really like,
Literally.
hey,
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
About all of y'all.
Can I ask a question?
yeah,
If somebody is new in meditation, new to starting out, because I know that's what you specialize in, sound healing. First of all, why even sound healing? And then secondly, what I'm doing?
No, I'm like, oh, yes, please. I love
Yeah.
this question.
Yes. First of all, why sound healing? And then what's a good way for a beginner that don't have somebody like you around and they really just want to start somewhere? What would you recommend?
Well, I started with guided meditations because sometimes it is hard and you don't necessarily have to, don't force things. That's the key, too. Allow the mind to do what it does. For me, was guided meditations and, again, focusing on that breath because the breath can allow you to slow that mind down. You know what I mean? But not attaching. That's what yoga has taught me. Attachment is the root of all suffering. Don't attach to any one thought. So I notice a lot of times when the mind is going, I can't hold on to a thought when I go in meditation. It'll come and then something else will come and then something. And then all of a sudden I'm just seeing colors or something like that. But every day is different, too. Now, sound healing. I feel like sound healing allows you to drop into that meditative state a lot faster. Sound is also associated with light. It's a frequency. It's an energy. It enters you. Your body can feel it. So it allows you to feel. So you could do the sound healing online and everything, but I always say, even recently we was at Aquavita. Sorry, not to be blunt, but y'all, I was like, I forgot what it felt like. I'm a sound healer, but it's not the same when you giving it. When you receive it,
yeah,
I felt like I was floating. I forgot because I hadn't received a sound bath in so long. You just feel like it can take you to another dimension. So sound healing also, it assists with aligning those chakras. It can unblock any blockages you have within you. So many things. Geez. But I really, it's hard to even put into words. I feel like you really have to experience it. And it's different types of sound healing as well. You could go to a drum sound healing that's more associated with the heart. You can do the sound bowls. That's the different chakras, the root, the base. That also, you can go to the heart, the crown, the third eye. What else? It's so many things with the sound.
To my mind now.
What?
Religion.
Oh.
I mean, we don't got to get deep into it, but I feel like a lot of times when we talk about chakras and stuff like that, people who are deep into religion, they, like for me, when I, as I was learning stuff and with the stones and stuff, I'm like, because of what I was taught, right? Yeah. But whatever religion you in, whatever it is, you still gotta breathe.
I feel like it's like God gives us these tools. So it's like even if you're religious, these are tools that God has given us.
If you don't feel comfortable saying chakra, cool, but you at the end of the day, you still gotta breathe.
Yes. Your breath.
And this is frequency that's like aligning with our body. Like
yes. I'm telling y'all so aligned. Because on my way here, as I'm thinking of things, and I'm like, like I've heard, and I have friends who are Christian, Muslim, everything, and sometimes we get into not debates or anything, but you just talk about your beliefs. I say what I believe because I've actually experienced and studied different religions as well. I've been Catholic, I've been Christian, I've been Muslim. So I'm grateful to have known all the religions, and and I don't disrespect, or I respect everybody. But at the end of the day, I always say, because people, sometimes they don't even like the word manifesting. But just like you said, and I was like, oh, we're so aligned. Because I'm like, God has everything here waiting for us. Yeah. It's up to us to align with that energy, to be open to receive it. It's us blocking it. We have free will. He gave us free will to either be open to it or not. And yes, I do feel like really learn your religions and look into it. Don't just take what somebody's telling you, and know the difference between the mind and fear and intuition and your soul speaking. Because sometimes the mind will tell you something with that fear when your soul knows something else.
I was talking about that the other day, like, just because, like, something is facts don't mean, like, we got to take it, you know what I mean? Like, we got to take what resonates with us and really, like, is in, like, our souls and what we can really feel. Yes. Our intuition really, like, tells us, like, this is for you. You know what I mean? We got to listen to that.
Yes.
Yeah. For sure.
And that's a practice, too, because I'd be like, is this my intuition or is this my mind?
Me, too. I be going through that, too.
Right? I'd be like, are they really like this? Or I be like, y'all, I wear rose-colored glasses. I'm like, no, they're fine. They're great people. They're great.
Literally a Pisces say, I swear.
I'm like, no, they're good. They're good. Because I do see the good. Everybody has good in them. But some people be letting that dark shit take over. And you can't allow yourself. Like, that's me abusing myself by allowing you to keep on treating me like that. And
your thoughts can abuse you. Like, I was just telling somebody else the other day, I said, I was doing my workouts and I looked at my thigh. And I seen a little pocket of fat, and my thought was like, girl, please, you ain't never about to get rid of this. And I was telling my girl, I said, my thoughts can be very, like, self-sabotaging and self-abusive. Like, you really got to shut that down.
Yeah, like, right away. Or, like, challenge it with a positive. Like, that's something I learned.
I'm going to keep going. Okay? I'm going to keep doing the workout.
Because nothing is off the table.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Right, I'm going to keep going. So, what's, like, one thing, because I know everybody is big into going into the new year, and I believe you always have opportunity to start over, but a lot of people really just use the new year for like a way to pivot in. But what's one thing you would say to encourage somebody, or something encouraging that you would like say?
I would say start and keep going. Like, just start with whatever you got. Start it. Don't be afraid to start. Don't hesitate. Like, just jump into it. Get out your comfort zone and just go for it. Like, I think that's so important. And stay consistent. Consistency has gotten me so far. You don't need a bunch of talent. Like, you don't need all the resources, all that. Consistency is going to get you where you need to be, for sure.
I like that. Consistency is going to get you where you need to be. Yes. I would say for me, coming from like childhood where my self-esteem and confidence started here, but then it went all the way here, and I'm working on building it back up. I would say, like, no matter how you feel, you are magical.
Facts.
You are, like, you got to tap into your inner self. It's there. And I know it feel like it's hard to get it out and uncover, like that diamond in the rough type of thing. Like, there's so much trauma that might be covering your magic, but it's there. And there's people here to support you, community here to support you. So once you make up in your mind that you know is magic there within you, even though you can't grasp it, eventually you will. You just got to be willing to take action. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, and one more thing I want to add to that. Like you said earlier, we all add something. It's something magical about all of us that nobody else like possesses. So we don't have to be jealous. We don't have to, be in competition with each other. If we work together, we literally will take it up a whole notch. So you know what I mean? Like,
I got chills. Yes.
Yeah, like, so that's important to remember.
And what would you say before we get into this
I guess
meditation?
to piggyback off of those two things is, even if you do fall off, even if you have started something, don't forget about, like, God didn't put that on your heart for no reason. You can restart again at any moment in time. Do it again. Keep starting over as many times if you have to, or, start from where you stopped. Dang, I forgot. I was going to say something else, too. But, keep going. And don't give in to the fear. Keep taking just one foot in front of the other. Don't listen to any of those negative thoughts. And anything that anybody throws at you, we talked about the word alchemy. Use it. Use it as strength, as power. Don't allow it to keep you down. I be like, why is it here? What is it teaching me? And then that gives me something else to move with. And I'll use it in a meditation. Y'all, I'm not going to lie. I'll be coming up to yoga class. I'll be like, today was a day, and I put it into my work. I put it into the meditation. I put it into the yoga class. I put it into the sound bath. And you don't know how many other people are going through the same stuff as yours. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And then even if one door shuts, somebody said no, don't allow that to stop you. Go to the next person. I'm sorry, it's a couple things.
No, you good.
Put down the distractions. You are the creator of your world. A lot of times we are given into these negative things. They want you plugged in. They want you distracted with the Diddy stories. This, that. I get caught up sometimes too. I ain't gonna lie, but I be like, nope. Block, delete, hide. I want to watch stuff like this. People, y'all inspire me every time you show up with the consistency. You bring the oils. You on a podcast. You speaking affirmations and positive. That's all that you see on my Instagram, because that's rewiring and reprogramming my mind. So, I say make sure you're creating your world, especially we are on social media a lot. Who are you following?
Facts.
You want to make sure you're learning things. You want to make sure you are feeding your mind, because it is a machine, with positivity, with all those affirmations, all those things. Because literally, I tell my son, I be listening to some of that trap music too, but it's programming you.
It
sometimes it can. Sometimes I need
it
a
do
little
it get you.
I literally was saying before we got here, we was on the phone, and I was like, I was good, but I was listening to some music. I was like, and then I started feeling like a little type of way. I'm like, let me turn this off. Like, that shit,
you gotta pay attention to your body. Your body, like, this ain't for you, or you feel your vibration. Yeah. It just really depends. Like, that's why, like what you were saying, you gotta be aware of what yourself and what you need.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna give y'all a little. So this is mine.
She hooking us up, y'all.
First meditation. So you want to do like an uplifting blend with like a calming blend. This is really good.
See, and you get aligned with friends like this.
Yes, she be hooking us up. She be bringing it to us.
I got the best essential oils in the whole wide world.
Make sure y'all hit her
Teairra
up.
is a beautiful brand. I love it.
The wild orange does it for me every time.
It like wakes you up.
Best part of waking up is an essential oil in your cup.
Period.
Yeah. Bam.
I'm crying.
So I know we're gonna get into this meditation. So just like taking some deep breaths in, cupping your hand.
Yes.
Yes, child.
Yes, set the vibe of your home too. Even if you don't have a lot of space, even if it's just a candle or some essential oils.
Yeah,
like have a little incense.
Yeah,
little things like that make a big difference, y'all.
It really does.
It really does.
Yes.
Are you okay.
All right, it's going to be very short, and this is something that you can continue on yourself. I invite everyone to just close your eyes or bring your lids to a gentle gaze. Take a moment to just tap into your breath. And we'll start with taking 3 cleansing breaths in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Doing that 2 more times, inhaling through the nose and releasing on the exhale. 1 more deep inhale, filling up the belly. And a full breath out. You're going to return to the regular rhythm of your breath. And we're going to go along with this mantra as you continue to follow the rhythm of your breath and your heartbeat. I invite you to listen. And then you can say out loud or say it silently. I am not the mind. I am not the body. With every inhale, I am not the mind. Every exhale, I am not the body. Inhale, I am not the mind. Exhale, I am not the body. Just a few more times. I am not the mind. Exhale, I am not the body. Inhale, I am not the mind. Letting go, I am not the body. 1 more. Inhale, I am not the mind. Exhale, I am not even the body. Just taking a moment of silence. And when you're ready, you can blink your eyes open and come back.
I'm back, and I got a question.
Ooh, what's your question?
I love
If I'm not the mind and I'm not the body,
That is the question.
then what am I? Some people might want to know.
It's going to be an internal journey, and that's jumping down a rabbit hole. But in short, what I've found, an infinite soul, something that goes on. What goes on beyond the body and mind? Once you pass away, it's not over.
I'm everlasting.
And I got a story for that, but we'll save that for
We're
later.
just going to be back. Part two, y'all.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Candice. Thank you, Teairra. I'm so grateful to end off the year with you two on the podcast. Y'all, this is the last pod for the year. We wrapping it up.
Happy New Year.
Yes. We reset and we find on the inside, and it's up. We about to take it all the way up.
Yes.